Okay. Hi. So I just wanted to give you guys a little information about what's going on, why I'm asking for unity, and how this all came about. So I know some of you were asking, before I commit, um, what it, what is going to be expected of me, or what am I supposed to do before I commit? We're not asking you for anything other than to unify. We need unity. We need to unify, and it's very, very important. And I can tell you why. Um, because I have been tracking this group since 2003, and I wrote about it. But when I wrote about it, they were called NATVAN, NATVAN, NATVAN. They have since changed their names to a national alliance. That's what they have done, and they are more than 300,000 members strong. You need to know about the national alliance because what they have done is infiltrated our law enforcement officers. So once you see these killings of our black and brown men and women on the street, when you see that, what you are witnessing is ethnic cleansing. That is what they've called it, ethnic cleansing. Now I will post a picture under this video so that you can see that they have computer programmers that have created games for these police officers to play, and their targets are black and brown people. Again, I tell you all the time, you don't ever have to just take my word for it. Google it. Google ethnic cleansing. They have been doing this since 2002. I learned about it in 2003, and I asked to join. So I got all of the information so that I can join and see what was going on. But when it got around to actually joining in the membership and dues and all of that, this is how I know for a fact, and I'm not making this up, that they're over 300,000 strong. Could be more, because that's been quite some time ago. And then when you consider the fact that hate groups have increased by 14%, it's huge. It's huge. And they have computer programmers, they have doctors, they have lawyers, attorneys, they have scientists. They have scientists creating bras, women, brassieres, that causes cancer. They have teachers, politicians, government officials. They have everything you can think of, they have in their alliance. Okay, so we don't have a lot of time to remain divided. We have got to come together. So the first step that we're going to start taking is when we get stopped, brown and black, when we get stopped by the police. Now, especially if you know you haven't been doing anything wrong, or I'm talking for phony, trumped up charges. When you get stopped, ask politely for a supervisor. You have the right to have any stop monitored by a supervisor when you don't feel safe. So if they ask you the reason or the purpose, just tell them, officer, I really would like to have this stop monitored by a supervisor. Well, why? Why would you want to? Because I fear for my safety. And so it's just for my protection and yours. I would like a supervisor. Once we collectively unify and start doing that, all these phony stops will stop. It will have to stop, because they can't get a supervisor to all of these phony stops, and then they can start tracking that. We need to start tracking the information. Now, coming from ethnographic or ethnography point of view, you have to have the data. So you have to have those stops that actually turn into nothing, just a harassment. We need the data. Okay, so please ask for a supervisor if you're stopped. Now, if you know you're speeding and you got stopped, take the speeding ticket. Don't give them a reason. We're talking about legitimately, you're not doing anything wrong. I've been stopped like that before, and I'm going to do a video and show you about a stop that took place years ago, but I'll tell you about that later. But what we need to do, we're unifying. That's all it is. We're unifying. When we ask you to do something, a lot of people are not activists. They're not going to get out and do anything. They're not going to leave their computer. They can't change their profiles to do this, that, or the other because they have jobs, so they can't do it. But you can do little baby steps to show that you're with us. And if you're not willing to do it, then first of all, that's sad, but it takes a lot to push this boulder up the hill. So we have to push it together, and not just some of us, once we get it up there, you just want to ride down. Let's unify. We have to do that. And like Martin Luther King says, if you love peace, you're going to have to learn how to organize and get together the way those that love hate do. So, y'all, we can do this. It's a myth when they say blacks can't unify, we can't ever come together. I don't believe it. I don't believe it, and we're going to show them that it's not true. Okay? That's all it's about. It's just about unity. UNITY. That's all we need.